I spent months planning my wife's baby shower while giving myself IVF injections. Then I got an email from her doctor that said the baby wasn't biologically mine, and she admitted to cheating with her yoga instructor every week while I worked overtime to afford fertility treatments. I was arranging pink balloons when the email notification lit up my phone. Dr. Martinez had sent the ultrasound report by mistake, meant for Sarah, not me. But there it was, father's blood type incompatible with fetal genetics. Paternity concerns noted. My hands went numb. The balloon I was holding drifted to the ceiling as I read it again. Oh, negative. I'm AB positive. Sarah's A positive. Basic biology. Impossible genetics. We'd been trying for 3 years. 3 years of fertility treatments, hope, heartbreak, and finally this miracle pregnancy at 35 weeks. Her whole family was driving in for the shower tomorrow. I'd spent weeks planning every detail because this baby was supposed to save us after all the miscarriages. I walked upstairs like I was sleepwalking. Sarah was napping, one hand on her belly, looking peaceful. Beautiful. The woman I'd loved for 8 years, married for 5. The woman who held my hand through my father's cancer. Who never missed my terrible work parties. Who cried with me every time we lost a pregnancy. Sarah. My voice came out flat. She opened her eyes, smiled that sleepy smile I used to love. Hey babe. How's the setup going? I held up my phone. Dr. Martinez sent this to me by accident. The color drained from her face faster than I'd ever seen. She sat up, started to speak, stopped. Her mouth opened and closed like she was drowning. How long? I asked. It's not what you think. How long? Her eyes filled with tears. 6 months. It was just once, I swear, it was just. Once doesn't make a baby, Sarah. She crumbled then. Told me about Derek from her yoga class. How she felt invisible to me during the fertility treatments. How he made her feel desired again. How it became twice a week in his apartment while I was at work. How she convinced herself it was emotional, not physical, until she missed her period. I listened to her destroy 8 years in 10 minutes. Every word was a nail in a coffin I was building around my heart. She talked about feeling neglected during the shots and appointments. About Derek listening to her in ways I supposedly didn't. About planning to leave me after the baby came because Derek promised her a future. I was going to tell you after the birth, she whispered. I thought maybe we could work through it together. I looked at this stranger with my wife's face. Tell me what? That you let another man get you pregnant while I was shooting myself up with fertility drugs? That I've been celebrating carrying his child while planning your baby shower? She reached for me, tears streaming. Please, we can figure this out. The baby needs a father. The baby has a father. It's not me. The silence stretched between us like a canyon. She kept reaching, kept begging. I stepped back every time. Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me again. I walked downstairs, past the baby shower decorations, past the gifts from our friends and families, past the cake that said "Welcome Baby Thompson." I grabbed my keys and left her sobbing upstairs. When I came back 3 hours later, she was gone. So were her clothes, her jewelry, her pictures. The ultrasound report was still on the kitchen counter, next to a note that just said "I'm sorry. Please forgive me." I crumpled the note and threw it away. Then I called my lawyer. The baby shower decorations stayed up for 2 weeks. I couldn't bring myself to take them down. Pink streamers and balloons mocking me every morning. Sarah went to her sister's in Portland. She tried calling, texting, emailing every day. I blocked everything. My lawyer said I had no legal obligation to a child that wasn't mine, no matter what any birth certificate said. The divorce papers were filed before she gave birth. Derek disappeared the moment she told him about the paternity test. Blocked her on everything, quit the yoga studio, moved out of his apartment overnight. Left her completely alone with the consequences of their choices. She was alone when she delivered. I found out from her mother, who called me crying, begging me to reconsider. She made a mistake, her mom sobbed. But that baby is innocent. She made her choice, I told her. This is the consequence. Our friends picked sides. Most picked mine when they heard the truth. The ones who stayed neutral felt like traitors anyway. Nobody wanted to be around the woman who cheated during fertility treatments. Sarah's best friend Jessica actually apologized to me at the grocery store, said she'd suspected something but didn't want to get involved. I sold the house within 2 months. Couldn't handle the nursery we'd painted together, the crib I'd assembled while she watched and ate ice cream. Couldn't handle the neighbors asking about our baby. Moved across town to a 1-bedroom apartment that felt like solitary confinement. Sarah tried reaching out through mutual friends. Sent pictures of the baby, a girl she named Emma. She looked exactly like Derek. Nothing like me. Nothing like the family photos I'd spent years imagining. 6 months later, I heard Sarah was working 2 jobs to pay for childcare, living in a studio apartment, struggling. Derek had never paid a dime of child support. Her family helped when they could, but they were ashamed too. The woman who'd gotten pregnant by another man during fertility treatments wasn't getting much sympathy anywhere. I started dating again eventually. Met Amanda, a kindergarten teacher who made me laugh for the first time in months. When she asked about children, I told her the truth. My ex-wife got pregnant by another man while we were doing IVF. Amanda's face went white. That's the cruelest thing I've ever heard. Sometimes I see Sarah's social media through friends' accounts. Emma's walking now, talking. Sarah looks exhausted, aged 10 years and 2. She's alone in every photo. Always alone. I never responded to any of her attempts to contact me. Never met Emma. Never sent money. Never acknowledged either of them existed. People say I'm heartless. Maybe I am. Last week, Sarah's sister called from an unknown number. Said Sarah was in therapy, that she understood what she'd done, that she just wanted to apologize properly. I hung up. You don't get to destroy someone's life and then ask for closure. Sarah bet our entire marriage on 6 months of feeling wanted by someone else. She lost everything, and so did I. The difference is, she chose it. Every lie, every secret meeting, every time she came home and kissed me after being with him. Some mistakes don't get forgiveness. Some trust can't be rebuilt. When you're hanging baby shower decorations and discover the baby isn't yours, something dies inside you that can never be resurrected. She gambled 8 years on a fantasy. Lost it all. So did Emma. So did I. That's what happens when you cheat during the most vulnerable time in your marriage. You don't just lose your spouse. You lose everything you could have been.